like a dream.
When I was a little girl, I would have the same nightmare over and over again.
Hello family, this is Ellen the Marvelous, the movie gangster. And this is a review breakdown I have made on From TV Show Season 3 7th episode inspired by Beyond Premiere review on this episode, which had an approach on Tabitha's childhood nightmare as a sign of reincarnation. Tabitha came back to Fromland in a Gym Possible event and took Henry, Victor's father, with. And this time, Tabitha and Jade are working on the bottle tree puzzle by a quick glimpse on one of Jade's drawings, which was those freaking scarecrows look like voodoo dolls remembers of her childhood repetitive nightmare of 3 red-headed stones deep into the forest, and there was a little girl who we consider as Tabitha's childhood wandering around looking for some place to hide. And as she hides behind one of those stones, something scary captures her from above. And now in Season 3 7th episode, Tabitha, Jade, and Jim and Ethan are all together on the hot spot. Tabitha's trying to remember of the creature who captured her in her dreams, and she can't remember of what happened next. She just knows she has had some repetitive nightmares, which I consider as night terrors when she was only a child. She was seeing this place before in her nightmares non-stop again and again and again, and she's still thinking about saving those hungry children from the lighthouse. And at that point, Jade is considering an Aristotle theory on fate and destiny, again using science and philosophy to convince himself on what he's facing with. Beyond Premiere discusses on reincarnation as a fact for Tabitha's having this type of dreams and nightmares. I agree with the fact, and Tabitha's dream may come from her past lives and the matter of reincarnation. It's really a very powerful scientific fact which we can trust and consider on. But I have another point of view on the matter of past lives and reincarnation. I'm going to have a psychological approach using Jungian dream theory and archetypes to analyze Tabitha's nightmare as a sign of trauma, and will show you a proof on how Tabitha can be Eloise based on everything we saw during the Season 2 finale and everything happened in Season 3 to Tabitha. And after all, I will connect all clues to Jade visions to show you how Jade and Tabitha have parallel visions. I'm going to dive deeper again into the heart of the matter to show you how it has happened all in one lifetime. And through this discussion and breakdown, I'm going to talk to you about Karl Gustav Jung and his famous theories on dreams and archetypes, and after all, the collective unconscious. Then let's dive deep into the modern psychology, the Jungian dream theory, and the philosophy of structuralism from Schopenhauer's point of view in basic language for all to understand. But first, please like and share and subscribe to support my channel, and push the notification bell to follow my review breakdowns one after another as I uploaded them, because they are all connected each other like a spider web of theories, which helps you to find all your answers on From TV Show. Hello everyone, this is Ellen the Marvelous, the movie gangster. I don't like spoilers, and my videos are not spoiler at all. I'm a drama and movie director and screenwriter, and I have my own point of view in making reviews. I use my own professional elements to create a review. My main element is science, and my manner is structural scientific breakdown. Arts and science are my language. Please like my video if you enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel and share this video with others to support my channel. And if you like to watch my other reviews, don't forget to push the notification bell to be informed of my last reviews as I uploaded them. Let's get back to the first time when Tabitha had a dream about the lighthouse. I have uploaded a short clip analyzing this dream by using tarot cards. That clip belongs to another review which I have created on the first sequence of Season 3, Episode 1, which I'm going to upload as my next review. For now, let's have a quick view on that dream once again. After a while, Matthew's family settled in Fromland, and as Tabitha became curious to find the power source, she began to dig a hole into the basement, and she was passing all her time down into the basement digging the ground. as I'm going to dive deep into the heart of the matter using psychological theories to break this fact down. I like to consider on this subject as Tabitha's deep diving into herself. The dream exactly begins when we see Tabitha into the basement and is digging the ground. We hear of Jim calling Tabitha, inviting her for the dinner. Tabitha accepts, takes the torch and steps up wooden stairs, and as she climbs up the stairs, we see the texture turns into the stone. Suddenly, Tabitha sees herself climbing up a tower where the only thing she could see was her own shadow shading on the walls through the light of her own torch. As she climbs, she sees some toys and playing cards on the stairs. We can see crummy-knuckle finger puppets on the stairs as well. Tabitha picks them without paying attention to the other objects, also picks a book and continues to climb up the stairs, and in the way there is an empty bottle on the stairs falling down, which we believed as the bottle which Boyd took down off the bottle tree in the exact same episode and pulled a number out of it. I believe Tabitha had this dream on the exact time we see Boyd into the tent talking to Sarah about the number he has pulled out of the bottle. I believe when Boyd pulled that number out of the bottle and we saw Tabitha drop the bottle down by her feet when she hesitated to climb up the stairs, it means from now on there will be two different storylines which are connected to each other. As we see Boyd is looking for the music box to destroy and save Randall, Julie and Marielle from Cicada's curse, and Tabitha at the same time is going to the lighthouse to save those Ankui children. Tabitha passes the stairs arch where we can see those numbers written on, and all of a sudden she notices of Jim hung upside down as a flashlight is hung off his arm. Suddenly Jim began to scream and the flashlight fell down, and at that very moment we see Tabitha walk nervous and sweating and checks on Jim next to herself. In my last review breakdowns, I mentioned of Karl Gustav Jung and his famous theory on dreams and collective unconscious, as I discussed on Victor's manifestation through his drawings. You can watch this review on my channel too. Jung's main focus was on dreams, and he was analyzing his patients' dreams to help them heal their inner child wounds through the healing process. He mainly worked on child's drawings based on their dreams and nightmares, and after a long time research, he presented his theory on archetypes and collective unconscious, which caused a huge shift in spiritism and spirituality by presenting a new narration on humans' mind and brain evolution. I mentioned on his experience with a 9-year-old child who was manifesting her own death and demise through her apocalyptic drawings. But his theory is not only about drawings, but visions and patterns he discusses as archetypes, which are the main chain connected our minds and thoughts to the collective unconscious, where I want to call it is our ancestral treasure. We, all human beings, are connected to the collective unconscious via our ancestral memories and inheritances. We can consider on the collective unconscious as a green forest with all trees, and all have deep roots into the same soil. All human beings have memory, all are dreaming often and have visions, dreams and nightmares. And these tools are the only connections between our conscious mind to the unconsciousness as a border to the collective unconscious, which is our ancestral source and data and the control center of our lives. We are dreaming. Through our dreams, we are remembering. Through our dreams as events surrounded by fractal images created by our inner memory reflected on our collective unconscious. We are dreaming when our body and mind need to be in balance and harmony. And our dreams always are alarms for us to remind us our falsehood and wrongdoings, which causes a huge distraction in our everyday life. We always need to trust our intuition and follow our dreams to find the answers and solve the problems and break stuck karmic cycles. If we consider on the cycle of life as a computer algorithm, a karmic cycle will be an iteration loop algorithm, which is a type of algorithm that uses iteration to solve problems or perform tasks. Iteration is the process of repeating a set of instructions or operations until a desired outcome is achieved. In an iterative algorithm, mathematical procedures are used for solving a complex problem. In computational complexity problems, this method computes results through approximation from the previously used answers. An initial guess and sometimes termination are used to start and stop the problem. The authors have maximized the minimum throughput of users in downlink communication, exactly like a multi-user app may be created by Jade's AI algorithm company. Anyway, Tabitha's first dream of the lighthouse ends up with a vision of a real car accident happened to her and her family before their arrival to from damned town. And exactly after that, the basement falls and Tabitha meets Victor deep into the underground tunnels. Tabitha saw one of those Anqui children in the tunnels. Here, let me give you a clue on Anqui children. Their first appearance were on Season 2, Episode 3, is when Tabitha and Julie are coming out of the barn talking each other. All of a sudden, Tabitha sees two creepy girls, seems to be sisters, staring at her in the middle of the road. She scares, and as they arrive home, Tabitha talks about her vision, and exactly as she finishes and she leaves the home out and sits by Ethan playing with a toy, as she looks into the toy, she remembers of the game she saw back into the tunnels, and at the same time, again she sees those children by the porch staring at her. And here is exactly where Tabitha becomes obsessive about those children she saw into the tunnel. In Season 2, Episode 5, Tabitha goes to the forest by the entrance hole of the tunnel, puts all toy blocks together and calls children and they appear. This time we can see 4 of them coming to Tabitha, touching her, saying Anqui. As Tabitha screams, scared, Jade appears on the scene on his way back home from the car graveyard where Victor took him to play violin, and they talk about their weird visions together, and it caused Jade to go to the tunnels looking for answers, and finally this time this is Jade who sees those Anqui children laying on the steps saying Anqui, gazing towards the ceiling, and at this moment as he raises his head up, he sees his famous symbol shaped by wrapped tree roots, and he could see the sunlight beaming in between. And it all happens as Tabitha is climbing up the stairs into the lighthouse as she hears children saying Anqui. But as she arrives to the top, there is no children but only the boy in white. And their final appearance is when Tabitha is back to the farmland, sat around the table talking to Ethan. In Season 3, Episode 6. She hears a noise from upstairs, and as she climbs the wooden staircase up to check, this time she sees only 3 of them. And exactly after that, as she sees Jade's drawing of those scarecrows, she reminds of those red rocks into the forest she saw in her childhood dream. Tabitha sees herself been here before, and it seems as Victor is trying to remember things, Tabitha is remembering things through her dreams and nightmares as well. When Victor took Tabitha to the lighthouse, he told her about his mother and how he found his mother's dead body by the tree, and he claimed his mother couldn't make it. He never mentioned on his sister Eloise, and we don't know what has happened to her. Have you ever asked yourself what happened to Miranda that she couldn't make it to the tree? Maybe she was covering for Eloise, her daughter, to pass through, and who knows what happened to Eloise when she entered the tree. As we saw Tabitha enter the tree and the boy in white threw her out of the window, it seems Eloise has done the same before, and maybe she woke up in another city, and as she was injured through this journey, she never remembered of her past, and by this way they couldn't find her house and Henry, and she raised as an adopted child into another family. Now, as Jade mentioned, this is her destiny to be here in this stuck farmland. And what if Eloise is Tabitha and now she's remembering of her past? You see, it's not only a past life and a matter of reincarnation, it's a total recall. I guess Tabitha must be Eloise, and if Eloise has passed through the tree and an accident like Tabitha has caused on her by the boy in white, absolutely all these disasters caused her a heavy trauma, and for all these years she was forgetting about that. Tabitha has these types of nightmares as night terrors in childhood days. I exactly mean that the trauma caused to her by an accident. Or maybe falling out of the lighthouse tower caused her to forget a huge part of the truth about herself. And now, as she is here in Farmland, she is remembering everything again. Here, if we consider of Tabitha and Victor's journey through the underground tunnels as a psychological procedure and the journey to the origins and past, and this is the first time we face one of those unquiet children as Tabitha sees her deep into the tunnel through the flashlight. Then we can say these unquiet children are the same with the boy in white, or better to say they are working with the boy in white. And as there are 7 of them, each and every of them can be a symbol of sins and faults a human commits during the life. And especially as they are children and little, their image are connected to the depth of collective unconscious, and just because of that, Jade and Tabitha both can see the same. However, I think there is more we will find on Jade's history, which connects him more to Tabitha and other Farmlanders. Let us make a pause on this shot and take a glimpse to our own past memories. We see a young girl who has worn a black hood, surrounded in the middle of 3 scarecrows and 3 red-headed stones in the middle of the forest. It seems she is scared and is running from something. In the meanwhile, as she tries to hide behind the stone covered by the red color, a creature captures her from above. She screams. She screams. Isn't it familiar to you? Tabitha's nightmare is similar to the Red Riding Hood story, which we all remember from our childhood days and as a pure innocent child. When we were going to bed and the room was dark, we always reminded of her and the big bad wolf who hid himself into the granny's stomach to hunt the Red Riding Hood. And it's almost a fairy tale, a story which we have heard from our grannies or maybe at nursery. Isn't it funny? Okay, let's get back to our review. Let's keep going. By this way, if we accept on fairy tales as a concept in from TV show, we can consider on these unquiet children as dwarfs from the fairy tale Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. And as we saw Tabitha and the boy storyline splitted by a bottle from the bottle tree but still have connections, we can count on Jade's symbol as a map, but not an ordinary one, but a map which has been shaped by entangled tree roots as entangled family trees roots, which cause all these races and generations of people gather all together in Farmland in a challenge or quest.
You have a really great way with him. Thank you.
Yeah, you should tell your mom she's more than welcome to spend the night with him if she wants.
Oh, she just keeps saying that he'll get better. Denial is a major branch of our family tree.
And as Kenny tells to Chrissy in the pilot episode, it's all about the denial part of a family tree. In my next reviews, I'm going to continue to analyze these family trees through Jade's symbol. This is exactly the beginning of the end. Thank you, family, for watching my review. I hope you enjoy it, and don't forget to like and please share the video and subscribe to my channel to support me and push the notification bell to be informed of my new videos and reviews as I uploaded them. Also, there is a video about collective unconscious which I shared on the community, and I will drop the link below in the comments section for you to watch. I suggest you to watch this video on collective unconscious and wait for the next parts of my review to be fully aware of everything I said during these reviews. Thank you so much. Love and light in peace.
Mom, you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. I was just thinking about this dream I had when I was a little girl. Never mind. Just go help your dad. Lots to do.